old. This is early, mid to 1800s. You can see it's got a wood cover on that side and brass on this side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 hole, which is unusual for early 1800s. And you could, this is one of those boxes where they took the paper and then folded it around with the glue or something, you know.
Like paper mache or something?
Yeah. That's.
We're gonna be hosting a spa next year.
I know. Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, I hope
Oh,
so.
let's see what's in here that's interesting. Well, there's a lot of interesting stuff. Oh, this is incredible. This is pretty modern. This is 50s, but it's about as unique as you can get. This, made in Austria. So it's the Schweizer Jodelklanger, and what it is that you can push this out and select different keys.
You can push what out?
Well, you could push out the reed plate with all the reeds in it, see it? There's where the reeds are, and then you can select a key, and the keys are listed here. There's A, G, C, you know, and you move it until it locks. Now it's in the key of C, and then you would pull it out and lock it into the key of G or whatever key you wanted. And you can tighten this down. Isn't that original? That's something, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, that's
Who made that one?
it was made in Switzerland, and I just don't know who made it. But it was made in Switzerland, I know that. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff in here. This is interesting because the bells are recessed, you know, as opposed to sticking out on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a workshop at Spa? Presentation?
I do presentations, yeah. I've done a number of presentations, yeah. Oh, this one's interesting. I have to do a little work on it. It needs to go in here, but so it's going to be 2 harmonicas like that, and it just needs a pin in it, and so you got 2 keys. And it would fold up like this, and then you could play from key to key. I've got some interesting stuff in this case, I think. This one, I made the box. Yeah, I made this box, but I had the label. So it's a 3-in-1. It's a striking novelty. It says so right there. And this is a striking novelty because there it is. It looks like a tremolo, you know, but you can open up and you have 2 diatonics.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Isn't that incredible?
Yes, yes.
Germans are something else, man, I'll tell you. I'm glad we won.
There just wouldn't be the market. I can see, I can think of people who would love to have those to use.
And you like old bass? You like bass? How
I do.
about the oldest one you've ever seen in your
Oh
life?
my gosh.
Yeah. That's the original. That was the first bass.
Orchestra bass.
Ever made.
By Hohner, I'm assuming.
No, this is by Koch.
By Koch. And it has the hinge.
Yeah. That's how you take off.
It's really a better design than the modern ones because it
Yeah, it has 2 hinges.
compresses.
It locks, you know, like this.
Yeah, and then it
you
collapses.
it takes one. It collapses and it goes in the box.
well, I guess ours does too. Ours collapses
Which I
too.
have to work on. I get a lot of boxes. I do a lot of box repair. This is interesting. It's because it's a chromatic, 12-hole chromatic, 3, 6, yeah, so 10. I guess 10 hole. But it's 2 different keys, so you've got a slide on both ends, on both sides. So it's in the key of C here and the key of probably D here, or G, C and G. So you've got a double chromatic and 2 different keys, and just switch them around. Pretty interesting. They went out of their way to try to find just ways to do things, you
Yeah,
know.
new designs, and
Yeah.
as long as there's a market, a reasonable market for harmonicas.
This is made by Pole, another company that Honer bought out, and it's called a Pole phone. It's a barbershop thing. You know something?
Did it play?
Oh, sure. So it plays. Yeah, nice resonator on it, metal.
Yeah.
It's a nice piece. Pretty.
It'd be a good one for a barbershop quartet.
Yeah.
They have a harmonica.
And this one also has this on here, but has a little trumpet thing on there, so you can,
I like the sound.
yeah, so you can play the harmonic, 10-hole diatonic. Yep.
Is that, who made that one?
This is Pole. P-O.
Yeah, it's a pole phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's the Pole phone, and this is Koch.
Okay.
There it
Got
is.
it.
There.
Got it.
Very nice label.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Looks very military.
Called a signal harmonica. I guess
Ah.
that's the signal. I don't know.
Yeah, play reveille or yeah, reveille.
There's another one like that. Musical Clown is a thing. This is a limited edition copy from in gold from Honer. They made this limited edition marine band.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you must be on everybody's list whenever there's anything new or collectible or rare
Yeah,
or
you're a lot.
limited edition.
Well, myself and some other members too, you know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Does this go back in there too?
No, that doesn't.
Okay.
No, I'm trying to find
Didn't know where you'd
I just
squeeze
got
that,
I
but-
just got that, and I'm trying to find a place for it. I haven't got it yet.
Oh, gee, I hope you find room.
That's pretty. It's
Well, it's beautiful. Now, how is that different?
just a different maker.
maker, yeah. Yeah.
And then over here there's some unique stuff, and then I'll show you a couple others, and then we can do whatever you want to do. There's some interesting stuff in here.
We appreciate the time.
There's another Duran Mall, but this one is very, very interesting.
Ooh.
I got to work in a box. It's 3 harmonicas, okay,
Mm-hmm.
made by Hans Roll. So it's in the shape of a triangle, and with 3 harmonicas and 3 different keys. And there it is.
Very good. Very clever.
And then this one is also very interesting, in that it's made in the shape of a Eastern
Mosque?
mosque. Yeah, pretty rare. These two are very rare, in fact.
And you have the boxes. Wow.
Yeah, and this is pretty interesting too. The Germans are always trying to do something different, right?
Well, they're very good.
So they mounted a harmonica in there.
It's a beautiful sound.
Yeah.
What'd they call that?
Harmonojet.
A what?
Harmonojet. I have no idea why.
Is this the box label?
Yeah, there's the box. Schmidt's Harmonojet.
I get that picture. Wait a minute. All right.
Rare stuff. Yeah, there's some really rare stuff in here. This is the stuff I take to shows usually. I like this. It's like a little gangster.
Oh.
It's a harmonica in the shape of a violin. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And this thing here, I have no idea whether this was functional or not. God, I gotta remember. I got so many to repair. I just get behind that. This is made by Bohm, and it's a harmonica. It's called a mandolin harmonica, and it switches. Let's see, where is it? Just in the top 2 or 3 notes. So you get a top, maybe 4 or 5. It doesn't switch on the lower notes, but just on the higher notes. And I suspect that they didn't sell many of these.
Probably not.
No.
But it has a nice effect.
Yeah, yeah,
If you were a soloist,
yeah.
you could see a place for it.
Oh, shoot, I forgot. I gotta get this thing in here somehow. I can't remember how I did it, so I gotta...
It's kind of like these,
It's a good jigsaw puzzle. Man.
yeah, these, the blocks that you piece together.
Oh, I think that I have this in here. Oh, there it is. This is Florida souvenir with a blackface on it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's an era that, you know,
Yeah, it's part of history.
part of history.
Yeah.
Let's see, is this a nice one or not? No. Well, oh, this is kind of interesting. These are trumpet calls. Are you familiar with those?
No.
There's about 7 different trumpet calls, and these things. This has this Chinese guy on it, and it is really ornate, as you can see. And let's see, I have one that's in better shape than that, I think. Yeah, they're a trumpet call. That's the, oh, there it is. That's a different trumpet call.
Oh, wow.
And this one is on the cover of, oh shoot, I just forgot the rock and roll guy's name now. I'll think of it maybe in a minute. He passed away. And yeah, this was a famous one because he played it. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that was all for the American market. And this is for the German market because they called it a trumpeter roof. And it's bigger, and it's also ornate with this Asian character on it. Yeah, there he is.
What makes it a trumpet call? Why that?
They just named it the
It
trumpet.
sounds
Yeah,
like a regular harmonica.
yeah,
They
it's just a regular
named
amount.
it-
That's just a name.
Yeah.
You know, why is this called a brass band? It's certainly not a brass band. This is strange. This is absolutely useless as a harmonica.
Oh, God.
But it's, I mean, you know, look at that. That's something?
What'd they call that thing?
A quartet. Because there's 4.
Well, why is it useless as a harmonica?
Well, I mean, you know, it's uncomfortable to hold.
Oh, I see.
This thing is going to break.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a, it's a
Not
decorative,
durable.
but
Yeah.
not very,
Yeah,
not much of a player.
I see.
Yeah. So we can go on and on, but that you get a good idea of all of the,
Oh, I'm amazed.
Yeah.
Really. I would.
and then I'll show you some I made.
Okay.
I found, well, there's a lot of interesting stuff over here, but you know, goldfish is always interesting. I repurposed the box, but it's,
You made that?
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I put the part, I didn't make it, I put it together.
Yeah.
It was in parts. Yeah. This is not correct, it's not an
Yeah,
echo.
it's not an echo.
No, it's, I'm working on another label for that. There's a lot of interesting things. Yeah, this is interesting for children. There's a whole bunch of these. There's violins, violins and banjos and all that. And they had candy in them. There was candy in them, so they pop out this little, well, you can see it, it's in there, it's pushed on. There's a little cover, and for kids with a harmonica. Yeah.
And a banjo.
Yeah, there's banjo, violin.
That's
you
really
know.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Try to get
I can see those in a Christmas stocking.
Yeah.
Sure. And then they call this a vanity for the ladies.
Oh,
'Cause it had a mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a vanity harp.
That's funny.
Yeah. This is my latest one, and this is very, very, very rare. In fact, it's the only one anybody's ever seen. It doesn't play very well, but it has 3 bells, and look at the mechanism on it. 3 blinds, hey, how they run. You could hear the song, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can.
And this is from the early 1800s, and it cost me a lot of money.
Can you play it the other way? Like if you
No, it
no,
only goes
just
one way.
goes one way.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this, beautiful.
Yeah, there's the next one. Here's a Teddy Roosevelt.
Look how this folds. And this is like
Yeah,
Teddy Roosevelt. Did he play the harmonica?
this is our Teddy. right there.
Oh.
See him?
Yeah.
I could turn on the light. You need
No,
light?
I
I think
think
I'll be all
I
right.
think we're good.
Label's nice.
Can't get it.
Oh, yeah.
Get it in focus is my problem. There we go. So
Huh.
Now, you said there was something at the World's Fair, harmonicas at the fair.
Yeah.
Or for any World's Fair.
I got to think about it.
Okay.
I know I've got something from the World's Fair, and I'm just drawing a blank right now.
Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
don't worry.
I'm
Here's another.
with what you only have 6,000 to
Yeah.
scroll through in your
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah. Oh, and here's another. This was given to Mohammed Edelweiss, Zivlin Weihnachten. It's Christmas, 1928.
Is it harmonica?
No,
Oh,
Just,
it's just a teapot, but it was given out at a harmonica
Club.
convention or harmonica play.
Oh,
and,
yeah, yeah.
Then otherwise Zital Weihnachten. That's the Christmas, 1928, 1928.
don't break the lid. Don't
No,
let the lid
no,
fall
no.
off.
Yeah,
Oh,
be
that is
careful
a
with
beautiful,
that.
beautiful piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then and the ones I made. I'll show you those, and then I got a lot of stuff. I made these out of spare parts. Most of them. Most of them I made out of spare parts and repurposed boxes. And I found a guy in Germany that had a whole bunch of old labels. These are labels from the 1920s and stuff like this. And so this was a harmonica that was, the covers were all beat up and rusted. So I took those off and I put these covers on, which I got from him. And then I repurposed a box and I got a label called Sweetheart's Greeting. And I have a number of Sweetheart's Greetings. So all of these, this one here I just found all the parts for it. It's absolutely mint.
Is it a chord?
It's
just
four tremolos, 4 keys.
4 tremolos.
1, 2,
oh
3,
my
4.
Gosh.
C, D, A, G. Beautiful sound.
Oh. NBC? Sounds like NBC.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, it is a beautiful.
So all of these
beautiful
I
sound.
made out of spare parts. I took junk harmonicas that were just roach, just beat
Yeah.
up, and I cleaned up some of them. Well, this one you can see is still a little rough, and then I got these covers from this guy in Germany, and this one here, I had this, and I found this.
Oh my gosh.
And look at that.
Reunited.
Yeah.
Harlan, can you tell by ear if a harmonica has a plastic comb or a wood comb?
Well, yeah, in a way. The plastic combs really didn't come. They started out, they had old Bakelite, and then they went to the plastic. Most of the plastic came in the 40s, in the 40s and all that. And yeah, you don't find too many past that.
But is there a difference in the sound?
Well, some people like the plastic combs and some people don't, and I think it's one of those things, So I made all these.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Yeah.
You saved them.
Yeah, they were, I mean, I actually have harmonicas that didn't exist because I took cover plates and I got a Denora, but I didn't have another Denora, so I put Sweetheart's Greetings on there, and that sounded like it fit.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm gonna make.
Well, now
one of those
that'll be
ones.
an interesting artifact someday, unless you keep the history of it with it. Somebody will
Yeah.
find that and wonder what that's all about.
Yeah, they'll wonder what the hell that's all about. Yeah, so I've made all of these. I don't know what I got in here. I forgot so much. Oh yeah, yeah. This is an artist concept. This one was a tough one to make because I had to figure a way to attach, bend these over to attach it. So
Do you repair harmonicas into?
just I don't do any tuning or any repair. I just do work that I need from a collector's viewpoint.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll show you where I do that, and then we can. You guys are probably getting bored.
Well, this is,
This,
I'm
my
not
wife,
bored, but.
my wife had COPD. She passed away 2.5 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry, I
And this
didn't
is a
know
friend of
that.
mine. This is a friend of mine in Florida that makes this harmonica that is meant for people with lung disease. It doesn't cure anything, but and it's easy to play. He's got it open so it's easy to play. And what it does, it exercises their lungs and gives them, gives them some,
Good exercise.
good exercise
Yeah.
for the lung.
That's a,
There's some more of those postcards with harmonicas in them. Little kids in the eyes.
oh, isn't that funny?
Yeah. See
Yeah, I
them?
was thinking about the postcard club presentation, but I thought, well,
Yeah.
And then I'll show you where I make them, and then you can.
Okay.
It'll take a couple minutes.
yeah, but we appreciate your time.
I like doing it. Whoops. Oh, one more thing. I found this guy in Germany was rooting through behind the old Hohner plant some years ago. And Hohner threw out thousands of old harmonicas made by Koch, the company that they bought. And let me show you.
What can one be thinking?
I don't know. So here's what he had. These were all kits, and we can turn a little light. Yeah, there you go. There's a little. So these are all kits, and what's in here are pieces of harmonicas that are not fully. This hasn't been. They haven't even been drilled here yet. It hasn't been completed, but that will be a bell harmonica, and this would go to the production line. And I have a couple hundred of them, and they would go to the production line, where somebody would drill them and fit them and put the bells on and mount the bells.
Can you do that?
Well, I could, but I'm a believer in keeping things as they are from a collector's standpoint. Now,
Yeah,
if I have a double, then I've already done that.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. You don't change.
This is what it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's historic.
as
It's
you can see,
historic
I've
as
got-
it is.
I just got tons of them.
Oh, wow, look at them.
Yeah, just tons of the things.
Yeah, there would be no point in actually going ahead.
But those
and
were
buying
all
it.
thrown out by.
They were tossed out. They're beautiful, mint condition,
Gee.
incredible.
Yeah, you have to wonder what
Yeah,
someone's thinking.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
Well, let's do the last bit of the tour, the grand
Okay.
tour,
All right.
tour grande.
Well, we appreciate your time. I'm.
If you don't mind going, oh, these are also full of harmonicas.
They're what?
That case here is full of harmonicas.
Oh, my.
Well, I started out years ago collecting these, and I quit.
Oh,
Corkscrews.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Corkscrews
I
have
would
nothing to
never-
do with
I would-
harmonicas.
I would
No.
never have thought about corkscrews.
I used to collect them, and I don't anymore. But all the way from here down to all
Oh
harmonicas.
my word. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
see.
do need the cases.
Who is this guy here?
Ernest Tubbs.
They're Ernest Tubbs.
The harmonica player?
You want a poster?
Yeah.
You can
Well-
have it if you want it. If you don't want it, that's okay.
Well, no. Can you speak?
Oh,
I see you
shoot.
have a few.
I got hundreds of them. There's two of them there,
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Something
I wonder if we don't have a banana harmonica that we bought for the kids in one of their toys.
Probably, yeah.
No, this
Thank
is
you.
my other project. See, I built this wine cellar,
Oh.
and yeah.
I like the wood you used.
Well, and I got these off of old wine cases,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And,
And all the corks. Oh, wow.
wine cooler. It's all sealed and all.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got it all set up
Is that
right.
cedar?
Yeah. It's all chips, all glued together. You know.
Uh-huh,
It's
uh-huh.
absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I built that some years ago.
Good for you.
We'll go back there. Show you my production facility.
Yeah.
I have a production
Well, you
facility.
certainly have the room to do anything you
Yeah, I do.
want.
So here's all these old, I bought these from a guy in Germany. They're all from the early mid 1900s. So, and you can see here's the junk ones I took off of the ones that I put together. You know, these things. See that, for instance, that all beat up, and I have that harmonica anyway.
Yeah.
So what I do is I found these things for sale, and they're just combs. So what I do is I find reed plates that match, attach the reed plates, and then find a cover that fits, and attach a cover, and I have a unique, playable, collectible harmonica.
Now I see the
And these-
comb, but I don't see the reeds.
Well, the reed plates aren't there yet.
Okay.
I have to
But
get
you
reed
have
plates.
those too.
Well, I have to get reed plates off of old harmonicas that I
Got it, got it.
and then, you know, I told you earlier about the, see, there's the one that has the roll in it, and it's a play roll organ, and it says here, if you can breathe, you can play roll on. Let's see if it
I wonder
plays.
if you had that at Spa last year too.
I might have.
Something like that.
Let's see if I. Whoops. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that. Yeah, it's not fitting. But anyway, the
Yeah,
the
I got
thing
the
is, you
idea.
crank it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know they're here because they're work in progress. And then so I repurpose as many of the as many of the cover plates as I can, and then I find empty boxes, and I repurpose those. And I've got a lot of empty boxes, so
Oh, yeah. Lots of
yeah,
them,
I got tons of them. And
Yeah.
then,
Well, I've started buying them, but I see them in antique malls.
yeah,
And even if some of the reeds don't work, I think that just the box, like you said, and the artifact itself is worth what I feel like it is.
yeah. Then here's a work in progress. So I've found some covers that fit this harmonica, and the